Hi guys, how you doing? Stevie Buckley PT. So today I wanted to make this video to show you guys how I'm currently training at home. I'm in the same boat as many of you out there and I have very little equipment to work with. So I wanted to make this video to give you guys an idea of how you can still train even if you have little or no equipment and still make good progress and get results. Now with regards to myself, I only have 2 adjustable dumbbells which are 12 kilos each, or I can turn one of them into 20 kilos. I have a metal pole and a rucksack. That's all I'm working with. So I wanted to give you guys an idea of how you can still create a good training program and training split even when you have limited equipment and still get good results. Now with regards to my training split, I'm still running the same training split as I was when I was training in a gym, which is a push-pull legs split. And what I've basically done with my training is I'm focusing on the fundamental movements and I'm just looking at trying to progress with the fundamental movements. So it's nothing fancy at all. It's just sticking to the fundamental movements and trying to make good small improvements each week I train. The key to getting good results when you're training with little to no equipment or if you're training with lightweight is your training intensity. Your training intensity really has to be there. If your training intensity is not there, you're not going to get the results. So it's really important that you challenge your body and challenge your muscles. I've talked about it in previous videos before, the importance of training intensity when you're working with little to no equipment. So what I'm trying to do for each session is push each set as close to failure as I possibly can whilst maintaining good form. Now you do want to think about your form and maintain good form, because if your form breaks down it's likely that you can hurt yourself and cause yourself an injury. However, if you're not challenging yourself and pushing yourself, then you're just not going to see results. One way that I'm working on progression through the week is I'm either adding reps to the sets, or the other thing I might be doing is slowing the reps down, because obviously the slower the reps are, the more time under tension, the more you increase the intensity of the exercise and make the exercise more challenging. So if I find that I'm getting more in the upper limit of just increasing reps, then I'll simply do the same exercise and just slow the reps down, which makes the exercise more challenging. The other thing I might do as well, because I have the adjustable dumbbells, is just simply add weight wherever I possibly can to the dumbbells, and that increases the intensity again. So that's how I'm working on progressive overload from week to week. And this is essential, again, if you're going to see results, is focusing on progression, focus on progressive overload. But you don't have to make giant leaps, just small steps from week to week. So just simply adding a rep or two to your sets, or even your sets through the session. This is how you're going to progress, and making sure you're working on that training intensity and pushing yourself hard, you can absolutely see good results training with little to no equipment. So as mentioned guys, I'm currently running a push-pull leg split throughout the week. So I want to briefly run through the workouts that I'm doing and show you guys what I'm doing for each workout, just to give you an idea of what you can do with limited equipment. Now, as you can see, we're starting off with the push workout, and in the push workout, the first exercise is a weighted decline push-up. So simply for this exercise, what I'm actually using is a pull-up bar. I can't use a pull-up bar in my house because the door frames don't allow. However, I'm using it for my push-ups because I find it increases the range of motion and it also keeps my wrists in a more neutral position, so I find it much more comfortable to do. With this, I'm also using a weighted pack with the 20 kilo dumbbell in there. So with the feet up, the weighted pack and the increased range of motion, it's actually a very challenging exercise. The next exercise I'm going to be doing on the list is dumbbell seated shoulder press. So with this, again, I'm just using my 20 kilo dumbbell. I'm making sure the reps are nice and strict and controlled. And just looking at, as I say, for progression here, just looking at increasing reps over time. The next exercise on the workout is a lateral raise. So again, using my adjustable dumbbells and just ensuring nice controlled form. And again, the same thing here, just looking at increasing reps over time for progression. And the final exercise we're going to be doing on the push workout is a dumbbell skull crusher. And again, it's the same thing here, using adjustable dumbbells and just looking at nice controlled reps and increasing the reps over time, or slowing the reps down to increase the time under tension and make the exercise more challenging. So moving on to the pull workout next, as you can see, the first exercise on the list is pull-ups. However, as mentioned before, I have a pull-up bar, but I can't use it in my house because my door frames aren't suitable for it. So I've had to become a bit more creative with this, and I've actually moved out into my hallway and I'm using a ladder and the banister from my stairs. Now, you can do this if you have the backs of 2 high chairs, but you have to have a high enough point to secure your pole on to ensure that you can get your torso in more of an upright position without your bum being on the ground. That's going to get you into that position to where you can do more of a vertical pull as opposed to a horizontal pull, which I'll talk about in a second. But as you can see here, I'm training out in my hallway. I've got a good fixed position with the pole, and I'm just simply doing reps with this. So It is more challenging. If you keep your feet down, it's going to be less challenging. To increase the intensity and make it more challenging, just simply raise your feet up onto a chair in front of you, as you can see me doing here. And again, with this exercise, I'm just looking at increasing my reps. And as my reps get higher and I get stronger with the move, I'm just simply going to slow the reps down to increase the time under tension and the intensity. The next exercise, I'm going back into the house here, and we're using 2 lower chairs, and I'm doing an inverted row this time. So it's more of a horizontal pulling movement. And as you can see here, again, I'm just doing it with my feet down, and I'm just looking at trying to increase reps over time with nice, slow and controlled reps each time. The next exercise on the list is going to be dumbbell reverse flies. Simply just doing this seated with nice, good, controlled reps. And again, over time, just looking at increasing the reps. But it's really important when you're doing these exercises, like your lateral raises or your reverse flies, just to keep nice, controlled reps and looking at squeezing the muscles that you're trying to squeeze. The next exercise on the list is supinated dumbbell curls. Just doing this with the heavier weight, really trying to get more of a heavier curl involved. And then simply dropping the weight for the more strict curls, as you can see here. And just really for each exercise, again, just looking at increasing reps over time with nice, slow and controlled cadence. So finally, guys, moving on to the leg workout. Again, as you can see with this workout, it's very, very basic. I'm sticking to the basic fundamental movements and just looking at progression over time. So I'm going to be doing a unilateral leg exercise, I'm going to be doing a bilateral exercise, I'm then going to isolate the hamstrings and then work on core. So starting off with weighted Bulgarian split squats, just using my adjustable dumbbells here to add the resistance. And what I will do, because it's not much weight over time, I'm sticking to high reps at the moment, but as this gets easier, I'll just simply slow the reps down, or I might add in a pulse squat at the bottom. So go down into the bottom position, and then adding a pulse at the bottom, so up and down slightly and then back up into full extension. This just increases the time under tension and makes the exercise harder. Then moving on to foam roll hack squat. As you can see here, I'm using a foam roller into my lower back just for support. I'm using my 20 kilo dumbbell for the resistance, keeping my feet away from the wall. I'm then going to go down in nice controlled reps. Again, with this exercise, I'm just looking at increasing reps over time and nice controlled reps to really feel the tension on the muscle. I'm then moving on to the Nordic hamstring curls, which is isolating the hamstrings. With this exercise, I'm just simply fixing my feet under the sofa to ensure it's in a fixed, solid position. I'm then just working on the eccentric with the hamstrings, so nice and controlled, slow reps down, and then back up again. And over time with this, I'll just do high reps or just slow the eccentric down to make the exercise harder. And then finally, moving on for core, is the lying leg raise. Again, just using the sofa to anchor my upper body and just looking at keeping nice, slow, controlled reps and really feeling the muscle working. And over time, again with this exercise, just increasing reps or slowing the reps down to increase the intensity. So that's it, guys. That's the workouts I'm currently running. And as you can see, I'm really just sticking to a really basic structure, sticking to the basic fundamental movements. And all I'm focusing on is my training intensity and really trying to make small improvements each week. And I feel from doing this, I am seeing results and getting results from training like this. So if you are stuck, then just stick to the basic fundamental movements and work on your training intensity, work on making small improvements over time, and you can absolutely get results. For each exercise, I'm simply working between 10 and 15 reps. As soon as I start to get more in the high end for each set, then I'll just add one of the training methods that I talked about before to increase the intensity and make that exercise harder, and then just start tracking reps again. So it's a very easy way of adding progression. I'm doing anywhere between 12 to 16 sets per muscle group per week, and I'm training each workout, I'm doing each workout every 4 days. So this is also going to ensure that I'm getting adequate recovery, and this is absolutely essential. As mentioned in previous videos before, recovery is absolutely essential for getting results. So training each workout every 4 days allows the muscles to fully recover, and this way it's really going to help you with your progress. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video today and found it helpful to see how I'm currently training at home and still getting results. I know there are many of you in the same position as me where you don't have much equipment at home and you're just feeling a little bit demotivated and just thinking that you can't make progress whilst you're training at home with the equipment that you have. So I just want to make this video today to show you that you can, you just need to understand how to do it. If you did enjoy the video today, guys, don't forget to leave it a thumbs up. If you have any questions about the video today at all, or you need any help at all, please drop it down in the comment section down below and I'll get right back to you as soon as possible. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and I'll speak to you again soon. Cheers, guys.